Right. So with Jord again today, we looked through some of his games previously, and we're going to look through some of mine so far this month now.
Looking forward to these.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I normally like going through a tournament and watching a full tournament, but I'm doing 5 long ones this month, and that means I'm not going to be doing a sort of a live one until fairly late on, and at that point,
Right.
people probably not going to be interested. So I'd rather get something up fairly soon. And just go through 3 games. I've
Don't know
got
about for the 2 and 3 day rounders.
I don't know. I think in the new weighting system, I prefer them. Historically, I prefer the live ones.
Right.
But in the new weighting system, I think the 2 day and 3 day round ones are better, and you tend to find that you're waiting around less as well. So, yeah. But so there's a mixture of games here. So the first one is against. Well, I'll say that before we start. We spoke about your team for a bit, and I asked you about your team. What do you reckon to mine? So it's the same team as I spoke about in my meta video, which is Shadow Golbat, Muck, Swampert, Sableye, Crustle, Ferrothorn. What do you reckon to?
I'm excited to see the Golbat in action. I've heard good things. You like Spice, don't you? And that is I don't think I've come across one yet.
It's not
so
Spice.
It is a little bit.
No, it's not. It's great.
You're not passing it as Spice.
No way.
Obviously, the big thing, when I first saw your team, the big thing was, he's not running AWAC.
Well, AWAC, I mean, aside from Galvantula and Ferrothorn, most teams that you see, the other 4 things will be AWAC. I mean, in this instance, first up, there's a Toxic.
Yeah.
But counter users aren't particularly common.
No, it's only Toxic in it.
Yeah, and Shiftry is becoming more and more popular as well. So some teams AWAC will be will only be there to beat Galvantula.
For my AWAC, I like it having it as he's got an AWAC. You might not use it, but it might stop them from using the Galvantula, say.
Yeah, it's got serious bench pressure, but
that's it. But
yeah, but I think my thoughts was that this meta is so broad that I don't really want to be wasting a slot on bench pressure, and I also have a really bad habit of going into a tournament with a strategy in mind and then completely ignoring it.
Right.
So if I went into a tournament knowing that I had AWAC on my team and was never going to use it, I would 100% use it, and it would annoy me in hindsight.
And then you got double dark. That's quite common.
Yeah.
I think you need 2 darks in this.
Yeah,
we do. And then they both offer different things, don't they? I really like the Muck and the Sableye. You've got really good options.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. I've got a team of 6 where I'm quite happy to use all 6.
Yeah,
which I think
I really like the Crustle as well. I definitely prefer Crustle to Galvantula, even though I don't like coming up against the Galvantula.
Yeah,
the Smackdown damage is just so nice.
Yeah, I think we'll see a bit of that in some of these games, I think. But as you say, I've tried to pick 3 games where the Golbat play is good, because I know that's what people want to see.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want.
So I've picked. So I've picked games that have all been good games. I win all 3, but the losses I've had this month have been an 0-3 in World Cup, which I was just completely demolished in. I lost every lead and couldn't turn them round. I lost to the Magician, and to be fair, the first couple of games were good. Like, I made a bit of a mistake in the first one. I say a bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
The second one was really tight, and then I just picked a really stupid line in the third. I thought probably best not to show those. And then actually last night I lost a really good game, a really close 1-2. But the recorder cut out halfway through the first game, and so I just got half.
For the ages lost forever.
Well, do you know what? Well, Yeah, I guess so. But I don't mind losing a couple of tight games, because you'll see here. I've won a couple of very tight ones. Yeah. So yeah, we'll start out with versus El Royal, which was in the Gymbreakers World Cup. I think he was from.
Interesting.
The
You don't see much
Venezuela
with
team.
cash.
No, and I was a bit worried about the Wish Cash because.
It goes to town. Look, it really does.
Yeah, and Blizzard is an issue for Golbat, obviously.
Yeah.
It can tank a.
But if it hurts anything, no, it's another one of those that it's just so much damage, even neutral, and sometimes even resisted, it still chunks.
Yeah, I mean, it can tank a Sludge Wave from Swampert, but it can't tank a Blizzard from Wish Cash. Yeah, to be honest, I can't remember what I used, but well, let's have a look at my lineup.
I'm thinking, let's see what you got.
So
Let's see the Ferrothorn in the lead there.
Yeah, Ferrothorn lead with Golbat in the back and a Sableye safe switch.
Yeah. Ferrothorn, Ferrothorn.
So now the thing is, I've got Golbat in the back to take this on, but I've not got anything I want to switch into this, and I want to keep this around if I can for Wish Cash.
Yeah, and you got to play it out, haven't you?
So I'm going to try and switch to Sableye. I'm going to try and safe switch to Sableye, but I want to try and do it at a time when my opponent's low on energy. There's a Thunder.
Oh, there's a Thunder. Yeah, just thinking that.
I farm past 100 energy there, but that's not really an issue given that I'm only in a mirror, and I'm going to win the mirror if it comes to it.
Yeah.
Because
that's the good thing about Flash Cannon. I definitely think Flash Cannon's the way to go in this over Thunder.
Yeah. I think I'll probably switch here. So he tries to bait me.
Okay.
So I go up to full energy.
Nice. Plenty of energy as well. See, this isn't too bad.
No.
So you're a couple of Shadow Claws ahead, and
so I'm going for the bait, and
no shield. Okay.
So I don't want to give him shield advantage.
No.
I let that through. So then I go up the return, and I don't quite get there, but I'm scared that I'm going to take a Dark Pulse.
Yeah, I think you had to throw there, didn't you?
Yeah, and he might not be counting correctly, or might not be counting, so I get the shield.
There you go. To be fair, either way there, even if you don't shield, the damage has been done, and you're going to get to another one anyway, so...
Yeah, they got a bit greedy there, so... I'm able to take the second shield.
Perfect. Straight away you're 2 up and loaded energy on your first seed, so Ferrothorn, sorry.
And that's it. So while they were waiting to see what I was bringing in and to know which move to go for, I'm able to get the Power Whip and waste
control there now, aren't you? Straight away. It's the switch. Here we go. This is what I'm here to see.
Obviously, no, he's got Thunder. Can't be taken.
Yeah, you've got to protect this at all costs. Actually, it's doing the fast move's doing quite a bit of damage. It's all right.
No, it's not to be underestimated there.
I've not come up against one. That's why I'm really excited to see these battles.
And then I've not been counting well, so I want to make sure I don't take another move. So I just go for the Poison Fan, knowing that I've got plenty of energy.
You've got a shield, haven't you, as well? So, or did you use both?
No, I use them both to protect from Thunders.
Let's see what's in the back. Where's Cash? Okay. Let's see how much this Shadow Ball does.
A lot. I mean, Wish Cash is fairly bulky, and this is a non-stab move.
Yeah, non-stab. So, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Yeah.
It's more than I thought it was going to do. Okay, that's interesting. And is this just take it out?
Just sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Is this the dreaded Blizzard?
This is the dreaded Blizzard. Yeah, absolutely wasted.
You've got the Ferrothorn in the back, haven't you? So you're all right, but
yeah.
Nice clean win, first one.
Yeah. So it's useful.
Well, you was in control from the start, really, weren't you? So
yeah, useful for me to save the Ferrothorn there.
Just managed it well.
And here I'm thinking that he might lead with a Ferrothorn counter this time.
Yeah, that's
So,
that's the way I'd play it. Do you go Swampert then?
yeah, Swampert lead with Muck and Sableye in the back.
Love to see a Marowak here, wouldn't you? Ferrothorn. Oh, he's gutsy to keep the same.
So we're in the same position here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I figure
Keep playing differently. Let's see.
Well, I figure that they might expect me to play it differently this time. So I'm going to go for it. Play it the same.
Mind games.
Yeah, but again, doesn't pay off for me. But I'll play the same. I don't want to give him.
Yeah, well, you know you can win playing that way anyway, don't you? So.
Yeah.
Did we get one this time? Oh.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And I think this is a mistake on my opponent's part because they needed to keep switch advantage. Because of
they're probably expecting another Dark Pulse, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe. But knowing that they've got that Ferrothorn versus Swampert matchup, I think they had to keep that switch advantage.
Yeah, you had to.
And especially now that they're shielded anyway. As now Muck comes in and I just win with Muck and Swampert because I can counter swap.
Yeah. Power Whip, just not enough, is it?
No, it's not.
And especially when you've got two shields from the back. Save them, and this one's looking quite comfortable.
Yeah, and the fact that they're not switching suggests that whatever they've got in the back is probably not great versus Muck anyway, so I'm maybe expecting Marowak in the back.
Marowak, yeah.
Especially after Ferrothorn did so well against him game one. Oh, yeah. Toxicroak, okay.
Toxic, still good position, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, maybe he saved it to a point where he could try and counter me down before I switched out, just to manufacture a bit of an energy lead. So yeah, makes sense. Sensible play.
Yeah, there's not. Your opponent's not really much more he could have done. Really, it's good team comp on your part as a.
Yeah, just winning switch was the key thing.
Yeah. Good play going for the return as well.
This will kill the Toxie.
Perfect. Muck's in the back, and then this one's job done. Yeah,
so that takes it to 2-0. No goal up there, unfortunately, but
I know. Disappointed. I see it in every line of three, Matthew.
I think I bring it back in the third. I think in the third I go back to the first line. Ferrothorn lead with Sableye and Golbat in the back. And what I like about Sableye and Golbat is that they'll both draw out the Alolan Muck. So it'll give the other one an easier time. So this is a horrendous lead.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
But now this is interesting. So he stays in here.
Yeah.
And I know that Shadowbone can win wands if he gets the bait. So I'm thinking, right, if he's staying in, that's what he's going to try and do. So I let this through expecting the bait, and it's the bait.
Cool.
And I'm also now thinking that given that he's not counter-switched Muck into it, he's probably not got Muck in the back. So Golbat is going to be nice and safe for the end game.
Ooh, get to see the bat.
That's my thoughts anyway. So yeah, I shield this one expecting the Shadowbone. Not very greedy.
What's your take on Shadowbone versus Shadow Ball?
I prefer Shadow Ball.
Yeah.
Just because it hits harder. I think here, if you're using Marowak, you absolutely have to get it lined up versus Galvantula and Ferrothorn. So at that point, there we go. Yeah, Toxicroak in the back.
Oh, nice.
So I wasn't quite able to make it to the return. Yeah, there's Golbat.
This is just going to have fun with this as a Toxic Rogue.
So yeah, just keeping
It's got Switch as well, and then it's just, you've got this one, don't you, because you're running Thunder, and it's...
Yeah. But no, yeah, Marowak, if you're using it here, you need to line it up versus the Ferrothorn or Galvantula, and neither of those are affected by Shadow Ball or Shadow Bone. Like, you're going to win either way. So I'd rather have the harder hitting move for the next thing, especially given that when you farm those things down, you're going to be almost at full energy anyway, so you can probably get two of them.
Definitely.
But in future, that's not to say that Marowak, that Shadow Bone won't be good in future. I think in cups, in cups where Marowak's going to be a safe switch, Shadow Bone is probably going to be the better play. But again, I've not looked into it massively, so I don't really know what matchups they're affecting.
Yeah, you're not running it, are you? So it's a bit...
So here I held off throwing because I wanted to make sure that if he brought Toxic Rogue in versus me, I had a flash cannon ready to throw at the Toxie.
Right, yeah. Smart.
But he didn't do that, so I wasn't able to do that quickly enough.
Right, got a shield, there we go. Quick switch again.
Yeah. Well, I sort of was anticipating it to come in and knew that it was going to be... Yeah.
Well, I thought it'd do more damage than that, to be honest.
Well, Golbat's a fairly bulky mon, like on its own, so with the 20% drop or whatever it is from Shadow, it's still fairly bulky.
Yeah, I suppose it's not too significant, is it? It's not.
Yeah. So there's the first one.
Nicely done.
Yeah, but so Golbat and Sableye able to turn around, between the use of having two generalists. Between Golbat, Sableye, and Muck, was able to turn around some bad leads.
Lovely.
So that was good. Then game 2 was versus Alien Aura 1 in the Silph HQ Cup.
So my eyes are immediately drawn to the Cradily in this team.
Yeah, I was a bit scared about that because I don't really have anything that wants to take it on outside of Ferrothorn.
It's like we were talking about before. It's one of those ones that's a bit of a team effort to get rid of it.
Yeah. Double Grass. She's running the Venusaur, same as yourself, but
gotta respect that.
Yeah, I'm not too fussed about that because I know if I can get Golbat versus that.
Yeah, you can have fun with that.
There's nothing else on her team that's gonna. Well, there's nothing on her team that wants to take a move from Golbat apart from a Alolan Mug.
No.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go Golbat, and then looking at the rest of the team, there's quite a lot of neutral matchups in there.
There is. Let's see what I do. So I start with Ferrothorn, Muck, Sableye.
No Golbat.
No Golbat.
You're scared of the Cradily, is that?
Yeah, double Rock to begin with. I just thought not
it is risky.
Yeah, double Rock and Muck. So interesting matchup here. I know I win because I've got Flash Cannon.
This is where it's nice to have Flash Cannon. I don't think a lot of... Well, speaking from my point of view, I wasn't expecting to see as much Flash Cannon as I've seen, but now I've seen it, I mean, it feels like the obvious move.
Yeah, fair enough.
It does so much damage to the Venusaur, and then straight away you're in control.
Yeah. And I want to save Ferrothorn for the swamp at Cradily or Crustle, so I go into.
So again, it's nice to get that bit of energy advantage on the Muck as well, because that's what a lot of people are using as a safe swap. You need the energy advantage if you're running the Sableye into it. So it's you got the shield that time as well with the bait, which is also nice.
Yeah. And I think I let this through. Oh no, I don't. Okay. I guess I'm not giving them shield advantage at this point.
No, well, they've allowed you to, haven't they, by shielding themselves, so. Does this go through? Nice.
Oh.
Decision time. Oh, that's not nice.
Yeah, that does a lot. Nice bit of farm down there.
Yeah.
No, I make a mistake here. I know this isn't going to kill, but I shield anyway. So now if she's got Earthquake, I'm in trouble.
Right.
I should have let that through.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So I go to Muck to try and tank this.
Uh-oh. We're alright.
Yeah. And then my opponent makes a really good play here. She's farming up fully. And then an even better play here to not shield this, because the temptation would definitely be to shield this.
Yeah, I think it's I would have. I was thinking shield.
But she knows she's got to save the shield for Ferrothorn, because if she shields that, I just come in and power whip.
Yeah, that's a very good play.
So now I can't power whip. I have to go for the farm down. And that one mud shot she got, because she was farming so aggressively versus the Yellow and Nook, allows her to get the Earthquake and win. So,
nice.
Like, one small slip on my part, but an absolute perfect end game from my opponent.
Yeah, played that well. Really
top play. Top play.
It's a small margin, isn't it, when at the top?
Second game, Muck, Ferrothorn, Golbat. So I lead Muck because I struggle against grass types sometimes.
Yeah.
But this is interesting because this is a bad matchup for me. But it's also good in the sense that it's a tight one, and I can come out of this and farm it with Ferrothorn.
Yeah.
And then she's not going to be running double rock, I don't think. So
no,
the Golbat in the back is completely safe after this.
Yeah, that's true.
So my plan here is to save my shields for Golbat and then try and just do some work.
Yeah, that's the thing with Golbat. I guess it needs at least one shield, preferably two.
Yeah. So as I say, I'm going to be able to take a huge chunk of damage off this crystal.
Yeah, I say it's classed as a negative matchup, but you've got a shield and some nice farm there.
Yeah, and this is going to do 25%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. We can live with that.
And as long as it doesn't put me in range of an Earthquake from Swampert, I'm happy.
Yeah. Straight into this and then.
Yeah, so she was trying to stop the farm down there, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously, wasn't to know I had Golbat.
Yeah, that's it. She didn't know, did she? And it was probably worth the risk at that point from that point of view. But
yeah, definitely.
It's a nice call.
So I go for the Poison Fang to make sure I don't have to spend the shield.
Nice.
And then have another one for Crustle.
Lovely. I'm liking the Golbat.
Mate, it's a beast. It's an absolute beast.
I can see why he was banging the Golbat drum so hard now. I was a bit unsure myself, but even I know that it can take a few smackdowns. Oh,
have a look how much damage this does.
It's not for a non-stab move. That's mightily impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
you wouldn't expect it to do that much, would you? If you're on part of the Swampert, you're thinking 50% maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I know Swampert's not the bulkiest thing in the world, but
no.
So now we're at 1-1.
Yeah, good recovery. Called his line well there. Let's see if he switches up again. Ferrothorn, Golbat, and
Sableye.
Sableye,
yeah. So I'm going to struggle versus Amok here, but as you say, between as a team effort, like it can be dealt with.
One lead, which is always nice.
So again, I'll probably try and do the same thing where I'll try and switch out. And so yeah, tried to catch a charge move there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, didn't quite work out.
This
is bad for Golbat, but
it's not ideal, is it?
No, but it's good for Sableye. So
yeah, the big counters out of the way, and Sableye can just roam free.
Now this matchup is actually IV dependent.
Okay.
In the ones, so
it's not as bad as you think.
No, so I figure given that she's already given me a shield, I may as well try and play out the ones.
Yeah.
Because if she lets the next one through and I still lose anyway, that's still a good.
Well, that's it. You're either getting the other shield, aren't you, or you go in and.
Yeah, and that's a good day for Sableye either way.
Nice. Yeah, so it's a team effort straight away there. Golbat done a really good job there on that. I weren't expecting it to.
Yeah, it's done well there. And then Poison Fang ready for the Venusaur.
Yep, every little helps. Shield, lovely.
And now I'm a shield up. Sableye beats everything on her team at a shield up, so I just go into Theraphorm knowing I can win this evens.
You're kind of forcing the switch here, aren't you?
So again, no shield. I'm gonna save that shield for Theraphorm, for Sableye.
Yeah. Should this KO from this range? Close.
Close, yeah.
Not bad.
Straight into Sableye for the Shadow Claws. Yeah, with Theraphorm in the back, that's game.
It's such a nice Pokemon. I'm glad I don't have one for this.
Yeah, I mean it's one of them where it's not the most IV dependent Pokemon in the game really, because it's bulky anyway, and it's the typing that it wins a lot of its matchups on. Like the resistances it has are more important than its stats really. So yeah, I wouldn't be put off by not having a good IV one, to be honest. Yeah, so there we go. That was that game. That was that game.
Good comeback. So it always feels good when you lose the first one and you come back and win.
Yeah, it's always a nice feeling. It's easy to put yourself on tilt and
of course, and
sort of overthink things. But if you, and in the final game, I've chosen to cover this player's identity to hide a bit of information, but they're a solid player, really solid player, and they've got the Lapras.
It's like the question marks, like when you meet your rival in Pokemon Gold for the first time, and before you name him.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, Lapras, Marowak, Sableye, Swampert, Muck, Ferrothorn. Now, I struggle versus Lapras, but this is the kind of team that I brought Crustle for, because Crustle in the lead will beat everything apart from Swampert and Ferrothorn, and Golbat and between Golbat and Sableye and my own Ferrothorn, I've got generalists that can deal with that pairing of Swampert Ferrothorn. Yeah. So I'm expecting to see Crustle here. I can't remember exactly what happens.
You'd think Crustle, wouldn't you?
Yeah, although I think I lead Golbat in the first one, trying to call either the Swampert or Ferrothorn lead. Golbat Muck.
The Matt Brewer PvP logo on the name and everything.
And this is horrendous because I can't switch anything in. Well, nothing to win switch. And I sort of went into this game knowing that if you led Lapras, I'd probably struggle.
It's when you see the Lapras in the lead, it's tough to deal with. It wins so many leads.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's, like I said, other than like Ferrothorn, there's nothing that can really. Sorry, what did he go into? I missed.
Sableye.
Right, nice.
It's a non-purified one as well, which is something I don't pay enough attention to, as we'll see.
Yeah, I like seeing the non-purified ones. That's the only one I've got. So at the moment built.
So I go into Golbat trying to farm before the Lapras comes back out. I try and go to the Poison Fang to save myself and take a move by CMP. So I don't bother shielding because Lapras is just going to come in anyway.
Yeah.
But then obviously I'd CMP'd, so it's really annoying.
Different out. 2 shielded muck is it's not easy to deal with.
No, exactly. But now it's at the point where it's got to deal with 2 mons. And if I'd have had that extra energy on Golbat and been able to get a Shadow Ball off on Lapras, that would have been a huge help. But it wasn't to be, unfortunately.
No.
So yeah, now it's just a case of Lapras just slowly taking me apart. Yeah.
Soul destroying Lapras.
It is. It's such a beast. I wonder if Lapras being so good was one of the reasons why Galvantula was rated so highly on PvPoke.
Yeah, it's not number 1 anymore, is it, Galvantula? There was a. Have you seen it recently?
No, I haven't looked in about 2 weeks.
Fortress is number 1.
Which is, sorry?
Fortress, whatever you call it.
Oh well, yeah, but I mean that's one of those PvP guardians, isn't it?
One. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like Mantine was number 1 last month. It's always going to be number 1 if you get every bait right in your opponent, you know.
This is true.
So I'm able to take away the Lapras just to see what my opponent has as their last, which is useful information.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I always try, and if I'm in a situation where I can afford to not show my 3rd Pokemon, I will try and do it.
Yeah, because now I know that they see my Ferrothorn as a threat, so I make sure not to lead it this time. I mean, the obvious thing to do here would be to lead it, trying to cover the Lapras weakness, and so they've adjusted to that by bringing Muck. But again, as I say, Crystal does nicely here because it's
it's a positive matchup, which is
and again, Muck being weakened is good for Golbat. But
yeah, I'm out of the way.
I'm still expecting Lapras in the back though, so I'm not over the. I'm not getting carried away with the Golbat just yet.
No.
So with the bait, I'm able to get to 2 X's, which is nice.
Always.
So then, knowing that they can only get to 1, I think my opponent throws a Sludge Wave here, which is resisted, but possibly does a bit more than Dark Pulse because it's more powerful.
Heads up play. Smackdown chunking away there.
Yeah.
25% damage.
Now I'm in a tough position here because I can't come in with anything and take on Sableye. So I go to Golbat thinking I can chew some of the energy, expecting him to have Lapras in the back. So may as well get some use out of Golbat, hadn't I?
Yeah, that's what you'd assume anyway.
But he has Power Gem because he's not purified.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I switch out and just think, right, let's just go and start getting to that Power Whip.
You can force a shield there, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'm thinking it's over at this point. I'm thinking that's just game.
I'm also thinking that, so I'm intrigued.
So I overfarm a little bit. Perhaps could have farmed a bit more, but I didn't really want to be taking any risks. But then I see he has Swampert in the back.
Why no shield on the Sableye then? Maybe he thought he was at 2 and it was going anyway.
Yeah.
But you was close to 2, weren't you? So maybe, yeah. Nice.
But I'm thinking it's not going to kill, but it does.
Oh, what?
But I've got Golbat in the back.
Oh. How many wood shots did that eat? 2 or 3 there?
Yeah, 3 I think, yeah.
That looked... I thought for sure that was going down. Oh my word.
Yeah.
You had to go for the Shadow Ball as well, didn't you? With the poison wouldn't have...
Yeah, no point going for the Poison Fang now. So Ferrothorn Mirror lead to the third. And I'm thinking now that they've seen Golbat do a bit of work, that they'll probably bring Lapras definitely this time.
Yeah.
And again, the fact that they're not switching anything into this suggests that they're either happy that this is the best thing they've got to take on Ferrothorn, or that they've only got one counter that they don't want to switch in. So I'm expecting the other one to be something like Lapras or Sable or Swampert.
Sable.
Or even Amok. No, I don't shield this because they've not got return.
No, you don't need to, do you?
So I'm happy to take the Power Gem. And then even if it means taking Dark Pulses, shielding Dark Pulses in future, I'm happy to do that, really. So yeah, I'm able to get there first before he gets to Power Gem.
No, it's so good.
Then comes Ferrothorn, which is a strange play, but as far as I'm concerned, Muck's done its job here now.
Well, that's it, yeah. You can just...
It's taken the Sableye down, so let it go. Back in with the mirror, knowing I've got a big energy advantage.
Yeah.
Now, this play is interesting. So he's got 2 shields. We've both got 2 shields. And he lets this through. Now, I've got a lot of respect for that, because I probably would have done the same thing. At some point, you've got to use shields. We both know that. We know. And the same here. Again, he knows at some point we've got a shield and people might start dating, but he lets it through again. So again...
That's a big call.
Yeah, unlucky. But yeah,
it's one of those, isn't it, where you kind of somewhat forced to let it through, even though you don't want to. But
yeah, well, yeah, and it's one of them where if you shield and it's a power whip, you feel silly, don't you? So
yeah.
But now I can just go for my power whips, and then I come into Sableye early just to start the farm.
Yeah, 2 shields in the back here, so you're looking good.
Yeah, so was pleased that I didn't see any more Lapras.
The question is, when are we going to get the identity of this trainer revealed?
Well, this is it. Given that they've given away that they've got Earthquake on the Swampert, and that it's someone that my viewers may meet, I thought it probably best to save that information. So I spoke to Eleonora about hiding hers as well, but she wasn't fussed, and she's a Dutch player who's unlikely to meet any of my viewers. So fair play, but yeah, I took it upon myself to. I didn't even ask this person. I thought, no, we'll hide this.
Yeah, it's one of them, and they don't want to see themselves on YouTube with a strat being revealed to the world.
Yeah, I mean, people think most people are an Earthquake, but I think it's tighter than that. So yeah, I was able to win out with Sableye in the end there.
Nice.
So yeah, there's 3 of my best games so far.
Golbat's got me thinking. It's nice. Good Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, as we say, it behaves sort of similarly to Sableye. So one of them can sort of bait out the muck for the other. But Golbat also has a much better mashup with Whimsicott and Shiftry. And then similarly, Muck has better matchups with Galvantula and Crustle. So having both is quite handy.
Yeah.
Because if you want to try and rock, paper, scissors and win the lead versus some teams, you can use one or the other.
There's some really nice options.
Or you can use one as a sack swap to lure out to clean for the other. So really nice pairing. And people look at Sableye and they know it's a threat, but people look at Golbat and think, what's Golbat going to do? You know?
I'm guilty of that, I've got to be honest. But well, now seeing these, I'm like, look at it differently.
Sorry,
hopefully we meet up and I'm prepared for the combat.
Fair enough. Well, then you just got to hope I bring it then, didn't you? That's
Oh yeah, that's true. Mind game starting already.
That's it. It's half the battle right there. Half the battle right there.
True.
Nice one. Well, yeah. Well, I hope the rest of the month's a successful one for you.
Thank you. You too. Hopefully.
I'm hoping I'll be able to clinch that All Stars Championship off you. But
you started 2-0.
I have, yeah. But I've got Jen. I've got Jen in round 3, and
not easy.
Never an easy game versus Jen. And Jen, out of all the people that I know through PvP, Jen's the person that I've known the longest as well. So there's a bit of history there. We know how each other play. Yeah. Well, Jen and I have known each other for getting on 2 years now. So.
Nice.
So yeah. But yeah, at least one of us will be 3-0, which is nice. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Well, I hope. Hope you can continue to enjoy Silph and next month. I hope next month.
Thanks for having me on.
Sorry?
Thanks for having me on.
No problem, mate. I hope next month you're able to pick a team without Mantine.
I'll try. I might just put it in there now.
No promises.
No.
Nice one, mate. Right, catch you later.
Thank you. Take care.